Hey there, language lovers! Welcome back to TUTOROU's channel. We all love eating, so in this video, we've cooked up something special that will not only make your English sound more interesting, but also help you master advanced food-related idioms. Get ready to break down the English language, one tasty idiom at a time. Today, we're diving into some deliciously advanced expressions that all revolve around food. Before we dive into our list, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you'll always stay up to date with our latest English tips and tricks. The expressions we cover in today's lesson are far more than just snacks. They're powerful, nuanced, and essential for sounding like a native speaker. Ready to level up your English with some savory idioms? Stick around till the end of the video, and don't forget to grab a pen and a notebook. You'll be eating them up in no time. Idiom 1. Spill the beans. Let's kick things off with one you may have heard before. Spill the beans. But what does it really mean? This idiom means to reveal a secret or disclose information that was supposed to be kept private. For example, imagine you're planning a surprise party for your friend, but one of your buddies accidentally mentions it in front of the birthday person. Oops! They just spilled the beans. Or at work, you're sitting in a meeting and someone blurts out the company's new strategy before it's been officially announced. Yep, they've just spilled the beans. Whether it's intentional or not, when the beans are spilled, the secret is out. Idiom 2. A hard nut to crack. Next up, we've got an idiom that might leave you scratching your head. A hard nut to crack. And no, it's not about cracking actual nuts, though that's where the imagery comes from. This idiom is used to describe a person or a situation that's particularly difficult to deal with or understand. Think about that coworker who's always quiet, never talks about their personal life, and is hard to get to know. They're a hard nut to crack. Or when you're trying to solve a complex problem at work, like a difficult negotiation or project, and you just can't figure it out, you might say, "This is a hard nut to crack." So next time you face a tricky situation or person, just remember, it's not impossible, but it's definitely a tough one to crack. Idiom 3. The big cheese. Here's a fun one. The big cheese. Sounds cheesy, right? But in reality, this idiom refers to someone in a position of power or importance. In other words, the big cheese is the boss, the decision maker, or the most important person in a group or organization. Say your company is launching a new product and the CEO comes in to give the final approval. In this case, the CEO is the big cheese. Or if you're at a family gathering and everyone looks to one particular person to make the final call on dinner plans, you could jokingly say, "Looks like Uncle Mike is the big cheese around here." Idiom 4. Sour grapes. Have you ever felt disappointed about something you couldn't have, and then convinced yourself it wasn't that great anyway? That's where the idiom sour grapes comes in. It's used when someone pretends to not care about something they wanted but couldn't get, just to hide their disappointment. Imagine you didn't get the promotion you were hoping for, and then you say, "Oh well, that job would have been too stressful anyway." That's sour grapes. Or if someone gets rejected by a crush and says, "I didn't even like them that much anyway." Yep, you guessed it. That's sour grapes. Idiom 5. Take it with a grain of salt. Or. Next idiom is perfect for when you hear something you're not quite sure about. Take it with a grain of salt. It means to not take something too seriously, or to view information with some skepticism. Let's say your friend tells you a wild rumor about a celebrity. You might say, I'll take that with a grain of salt until I see it confirmed. Or if someone tells you a story that seems exaggerated, like, "I once caught a fish this big," you'd probably take it with a grain of salt. Idiom 6. Egg on your face. Ever been in an embarrassing situation? Then you know what it's like to have an egg on your face. This idiom is used when someone looks foolish or embarrassed after something goes wrong. For example, maybe you confidently tell everyone a fact that turns out to be completely wrong. Now you've got an egg on your face. Or, if you brag about winning a race but end up losing, you'll definitely have egg on your face. Idiom 7. Bite off more than you can chew. Have you ever taken on a task that's way too big for you? Then you've bitten off more than you can chew. This idiom describes trying to do something that's too challenging or more than you can handle. Maybe you agreed to lead multiple projects at once, and now you're completely overwhelmed. You've definitely bitten off more than you can chew. Or if you volunteer to bake 100 cupcakes for a party, but then realize you don't have the time or skills to do it, you've bitten off more than you can chew. Idiom 8. Pie in the sky. Now for an idiom that's all about impossible dreams. We call it a pie in the sky. This refers to an idea or plan that sounds great, but is very unlikely to happen. Like someone saying, "I'm going to win the lottery and retire next week." That's a pie in the sky dream. Or, "We'll solve all the world's problems by next year." As wonderful as that sounds, it's probably just pie in the sky. Idiom 9. Eat humble pie. Here's a serving of humility for you. Eat humble pie. This idiom means to admit you're wrong and apologize, especially after being overconfident. It's what you do when you've been proven wrong and you have to swallow your pride. For example, imagine bragging about how easy it will be to ace a test, but then you fail. Now you've got to eat humble pie and admit you were overconfident. Or if you criticize someone's cooking only to later realize you made a worse dish yourself, time to eat some humble pie. Idiom 10. Bring home the bacon. And finally, let's end with bring home the bacon. No, this isn't about going grocery shopping. This idiom refers to earning money or providing for your family. For example, if you're the one who earns a paycheck in the household, you're the one who brings home the bacon. For example, someone might say, "I work 2 jobs to bring home the bacon and take care of my family." Or if you land a big client at work and earn a bonus, your boss might say, "Great job, you've really brought home the bacon this time." So there you have it, 10 advanced idioms with food. Which one was your favorite? Drop it in the comments below. And don't forget, using idioms can make your English sound more natural and expressive. So go ahead and sprinkle them into your conversations. Until next time, keep learning and keep spilling the beans, folks.